Hello everyone! Today we are going to learn Chapter 1, Introduction to Hospitality Marketing. Before I start to introduce the content, let me ask you a question. What is marketing? What are the keywords, concepts, ideas coming to your mind that relates to marketing? Please take out a piece of paper and write down the list of the keywords you think important to marketing. Let me give you 30 seconds. Okay, so let's take a look. Some of you may think of marketing as selling products or doing advertising campaign, commercials, TV, posters, branding, discount, promotion, social media like Twitter's, Facebook, TripAdvisors. Yeah, all of these activities, strategies are part of marketing, but it's only a small part of the marketing iceberg. Just as you see, well, for this course, the purpose is to help you establish an overarching understanding about marketing, the marketing theory, and the all angles, all perspective about marketing. So generally, for this course, we consider marketing as a philosophy, a way of thinking, a way of doing business to satisfy customers and making profit. Based on the author of our textbook, Philip Kotler, he is the master in marketing discipline. Here is the definition. Let's take a look at this statement. And what would you think is the keyword in this statement? What are the most important terms in this statement? Well, I should say exchange relationships are the most important, when we think about marketing. Exchange and relationship are very important to understand the concept of marketing. The word marketing share the same root as the word market. And what is market? Market is a place we exchange products, exchange goods. So as a result of exchange, the business owner, the marketer establish a relationship with customers, and we exchange products and money. And let's think about a further question. What kind of relationship is desirable? For example, if you are the restaurant owner, during the lunchtime, what would you hope the customer think of your restaurant? Would you consider they evaluate your products, your menu as the same as other restaurants? Or would you hope they will favorite your menu, your food flavor or price? Well, definitely, we don't want to be identical as other restaurants. We want to be different. So, what is the desirable relationship? Actually, for marketing, the focus is establishing, maintain the exchange relationship, and the relationship should be unique and make your business outstand from other service providers. So, in this sense, the original statement of your marketing definition needs to be expanded. We want a desirable exchange relationship with customers in a way that different from the competitors. That is the second important part for the concept of marketing. Marketing aims to establish a distinguished position for your business and make your company unique to customers, and your value provided to customers are different from other competitors. That is another key for understanding the marketing concept. So right now we understand establishing the desirable relationship with customers is very important. It can bring multiple advantages for your business. So think about what are the advantages we can get. So generally, we can increase the customers' loyalty, increase the market share or profits, because research shows the more the customer stay with your company, the stronger the relationship with your company, the more likely the customer will come to your store and buy more, and they would like to refer your products, your brand, your store to other customers. In this way, help the company to acquire new customers and reduce the cost in marketing. For example, so if you are a Starbucks fan, you may say, oh, if I'm not at Starbucks, I'm on the way to Starbucks. And besides coffee and beverages, so Starbucks start to cross-selling and use their brand power, use their relationship with customers to encourage the product sales for other products besides the coffee and beverage. And right now, Starbucks, they even include winery alcohol on their menu. Okay, let's move on to next section. Let's take a look at other key terms related to marketing. So when we talk about marketing, it relates to market. So the word market is the place we exchange products, and it also refers to a group of people. They already buy your products, or they will have the potential to buy your products. And those people, those customers, they may have different needs and wants and demands, and based on the different needs, wants, and demands, those customers, they favor different types of products. And different type of products, they carry different values and satisfy customer in different ways. If customer is satisfied with your company, exchange take place and the long-term relationship may be established. First, let's take a look at market. A market is a set of actual and potential buyers of products. There are two types of buyers for the market. Your actual buyers, that are someone already buy your products. They are your actual customers. And potential buyers, that means the people, they don't know your products, or they don't have enough money to buy your products, but in the future they may buy your products. So the market can be created and can be expanded. Market will grow. And next, let's take a look at needs, wants, and demands. Those three concepts are related to each other, but they are different. So let's distinguish these three concepts. A human needs is a type of feeling, you feel deprivation. And for example, when you are thirsty, so you will need, what will you need? You will need drink. And wants is how you communicate with your needs. So when you are thirsty, you need a drink, but you can want water, want soda, want Coke, want ice lemonade. So different options, based on your situation, your personal preference. And the demands are something backed up by buying power. So for example, if you want Coke and you have $5, so obviously your wants can become demands because you have enough money to buy the Coke. But if you want wine and that costs $10 a bottle and you just have $5, your wants cannot become demands. So demand is related to your buying power. And next concept is the Maslow's hierarchy of the needs. So think about what are the layers on the hierarchy. From the bottom, that is your physical needs. And then your safety needs, social, economic, and self-actualization needs. So based on the theory of Maslow's hierarchy of needs, people have different layers of the needs, and the lower layers of needs needs to be satisfied for the person to develop, to come up with a higher layer of the needs. And for products, that is something we can offer to satisfy your needs or wants. And for our industry, hospitality industry, the intangible products generally include your service and experience. Sometimes it's more important than your tangible products. Customer value is the trade-off between the benefits and the cost for you to obtain the products. So when we say this product has customer value, that means the products provide more benefits than the cost for the customer to buy the products. And the last one is your satisfaction. Satisfaction is defined as a gap between your expectation and your perception. We need to compare your expectation and your actual performance. This is the diagram when we evaluate the satisfaction. For the customers, they will always compare the expectation before actual buying experience and the performance after the buying experience. So they will have the discrepancy between the expectation and your actual performance. If the expectation is higher, the customer will feel satisfied. On the other hand, if the expectation is lower, the customer will be dissatisfied. Satisfaction is very important for marketing because if customer is satisfied, they will like to spread out the positive word of mouth and they will like to come back. So far, we have explained all the core concepts related to marketing, and I hope all of you can remember and memorize all this definition by your heart. All this definition and concept will be tested in your quiz. Next, let's move on to the historical review of the marketing concept evolution. In the past 200 years, the concept of marketing changed over time. And based on the different social society situation and economic market situation, different marketing concepts were developed in order to help the business owners to make profit. So, throughout the past 200 years, there are 5 different stages for the marketing development. The first one is known as production concept. Production concept is first introduced in the Industrial Revolution period between the late 1800s, between the late 1800s and early 1900s. The market situation at that time is your demand for a product is greater than the supply. That means the business owners, they just need to improve production and distribution efficiency in order to deliver the products to the customer, and customer will happy. Because the supply is smaller than demand, it's difficult for customer to get the products, so they just favor any available and affordable products. A typical example will be the Henry Ford's Model T. The car at that time, actually, for Ford cars, they just produce one color, black car, and they don't consider producing any other type of color because customer, they will be happy just to get the car. They don't have to worry any competition. But today it won't work, right? Then in early 19th centuries, the market situation changed. The customer realized the product's quality is so poor, and even though they can afford the products, the function and the performance cannot satisfy their needs. So the customer start to favor the products offer the most quality and the most innovative features. At this time, the business owners start to look for developing high quality products. But this concept has a problem. A quality product sells itself. Do you think it's true or false? Let me share with you a story. I have a friend, he owns a small company in China, and he has an idea many years ago. He tried to sell the ice making machine in China, but his idea failed in China. Why? Because for many Chinese people, they prefer hot drinks instead of the cold water or ice water. So the ice making machine doesn't match the needs of the Chinese customer. So for the product concept, it ignored the customer needs and wants. They focus on improving the product's function and the product's feature, but sometimes. So one problem with the product concept is the company may focusing on developing, improving the products and ignore the needs and wants of the customer. So the company may devote a lot of time and resources to develop innovative products, but the customers doesn't need it, and there can be a big failure, disaster for the business. Then, as time goes by, the market situation continued to change. During 1930s and 1940s, the market changed from seller's market to buyer's market. That is, the product supply becomes greater than demand. As a result, many companies assume that consumers will not buy enough products unless the salesperson persuades them to buy the product. So many companies start to focus on maximize the revenue volume, but it doesn't take care of the consumer's needs and the consumer satisfaction. There are 5 strategies were widely used during the time of selling concept. They are known as promotional mix, including advertising, sales promotion, packaging, personal selling, and public relations. They are still very important to today's marketing practice. And let me show you an example.
Such a feeling's coming over me. There is wonder in most everything that I see. Not a cloud in the sky, got the sun in my eyes, and I won't be surprised if it's a dream. I'm on the top of the world. This is the end, beautiful friend. This is the end, my only friend. The end of our elaborate plans.
How do you like this commercial? Personally, I don't like the flavor of cheddar, but I do remember the name of this Lowlands cheddar and its logo, seriously strong. Because the plot and the humor of this commercial impressed me indeed. In other words, the company successfully separates their brand image apart from other brands. However, even though I like this commercial, I will not buy their product because I don't like the flavor of cheese. So selling concept and promotional mix has an inherent problem because the selling concept fails to identify customers' needs and wants. Therefore, after 1950s, Marketing concept was developed to help the company to understand the consumers better and create long-term relationship with consumers. Since 1950s, supply for products has been much greater than the demand, and the competition among service providers are quite intensive. Facing this challenge, marketing concept emphasizes identifying the needs and wants of your target markets and delivering desired satisfaction better than the competitors. So, from today's marketing perspective, marketing's task is to identify and understand the customer's needs and wants, deliver the customer's value through the product's design, and motivate the customers to buy the product. It's very important to never fool the customer and endanger the company's image. This figure illustrates the difference between sales concept and marketing concept. Now, can you tell the difference? Four strategies become very popular and they are known as the marketing mix. It's also known as 4Ps. 4P strategies are very important to our course, and for your group assignment, you need to develop 4P strategies for your business. So the products refers to the physical and service part for your products. Promotion refers to the promotional mix we just discussed in the selling concept section. Price refers to the amount of money consumer paid for their products. And place refers to where the products can be purchased and how the products can be delivered to the customer. Now, let me show you another example. Tesco, a grocery store in South Korea. When you watch this video, please pay attention how Tesco utilized this 4P strategy to market their business. You can take a piece of paper and write down your observations.
South Korea is a unique market. Tesco has been evolving itself, adjusting to the local market. It even changed the name itself from Tesco to Home Plus. And at last, it grew to rank number 2 in Korea. But Tesco had to overcome one obstacle, a fewer number of stores compared to the number 1 company, E-Mart. Mission: could we become number 1 without increasing the number of stores? We made an in-depth study into Koreans once more. Koreans are the second most hardworking people in the world. For them, grocery shopping once a week is a dreaded task. So we decided to approach these busy and tired people. Idea: let the store come to the people. We created virtual stores, hoping to blend into people's everyday lives. Our first try was subway stations. Although virtual, the displays were exactly the same as actual stores, from the display to the merchandise. Only one thing was different. We used smartphones to shop. Scan the QR code with your phone, and the product automatically lands in your online cart. When the online purchase is done, it will be delivered to your door right after you get home. People can relax more after work and on weekends.
실제로 보면서 사니까 진짜 더 좋은 것 같아요. 편하기도 하고.
Result: people can shop at Tesco Home Plus wherever they go without having to visit the actual store. Moreover, we could change their waiting time to shopping time. After this campaign, online sales increased tremendously. Through this campaign, 10,287 consumers visited the online Home Plus mall using smartphones. The number of new registered members rose by 76%, and online sales increased 130%. Currently, Home Plus has become number one in the online market and is a very close second offline.
Now, please answer this question. How does Tesco utilize 4Ps to grow their business? Later, since the late 1960s, many companies started to realize that consumers' needs and wants sometimes can be unreasonable and conflict with the societal well-being. In order to avoid sacrificing societal welfare and the environment, the idea of societal marketing was introduced. This societal marketing concept aims to promote the community and overall societal well-being while delivering customers' value. This concept takes care of the benefits of other stakeholders besides consumers. So, from societal marketing perspective, marketers' task is not only provide customers satisfaction, it also provides companies' profits and increases societal interests. For example, many retailers have adopted fabric or paper bags to replace plastic bags. Many hotels has promoted green practice to save energy and reduce the garbage. Can you think of any other examples of societal marketing practice in hospitality industry? To summarize, in this chapter, we learned the basic marketing concepts and its definition, and we go over the 5 perspectives of marketing concepts during the past 200 years. We compare the marketing mix with the promotional mix. And here is the assignment for you. For this chapter assignment, please go to discussion board 2 and answer the questions for topic A and topic B. Here are some exercises for your practice. And these are sample questions for your chapter quiz 1. Thank you for your listening.